The abundance field activation. How to tap into the energy grid that wealthy people use. Stop what you're doing and listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal will explain why some people seem to effortlessly generate wealth while you struggle despite equal or greater effort. You think wealthy people have something you don't: better connections, more talent, lucky breaks. But here's the truth that will set you free: abundance is a frequency field, and anyone can access it. Right now, there exists an energetic grid of prosperity, a quantum field of abundance that wealthy people are plugged into whether they know it consciously or not. This isn't metaphor, this is measurable quantum physics. There is a collective field of wealth consciousness that successful people tap into and draw from constantly. It's like an invisible power grid carrying abundance energy, and once you're connected to it, opportunities flow to you, synchronicities multiply, and money comes with surprising ease. You've been disconnected from this field your entire life, trying to generate wealth from your individual energy alone, which is exhausting and inefficient. Think of it this way: you've been trying to power your entire house using a single battery when there's a massive power grid right next to you providing unlimited electricity to everyone who knows how to plug in. The abundance field is that grid, a vast quantum network of prosperity consciousness created by millions of people who have achieved and held wealth throughout history. Their energy, their beliefs, their frequency contributions have built an energetic infrastructure that anyone can tap into. Wealthy people aren't necessarily smarter or more deserving, they've simply accessed this field, consciously or unconsciously, and they're drawing power from it. You're still running on your individual battery, which is why you feel exhausted and limited while they seem to have unlimited energy and resources. The abundance field isn't owned or controlled by anyone. It's not reserved for the elite or the privileged. It's a quantum field that exists in the energetic realm, available to anyone who matches its frequency and knows how to connect. But here's why you've been disconnected: you were never taught this field exists. You were raised in environments operating on scarcity consciousness, surrounded by people who weren't connected to the field. You absorbed their frequency, which made you invisible to the abundance grid. It's like you're broadcasting on AM radio trying to connect to an FM frequency. You're incompatible. The field is always there, always broadcasting prosperity, but you can't receive it because your frequency doesn't match. The wealthy people who seem to have it all aren't working harder than you. They're plugged into something bigger than themselves. They're drawing from the collective wealth consciousness of the abundance field. Ideas come to them easily because they're tapping into a field of creative intelligence. Money flows to them because they're connected to channels of prosperity that exist in the quantum network. Opportunities appear because they're visible to a system you can't even see. It's not about individual superiority, it's about field connection. They're networked to abundance. You've been operating solo in scarcity. But here's what changes everything. You can activate your connection to the abundance field today. You can learn to tap into this energetic grid and start drawing from the collective prosperity consciousness that's been unavailable to you until now. Once you're connected, you'll notice immediate shifts, ideas flowing more easily, synchronicities increasing, people and opportunities appearing from unexpected directions. You're no longer generating everything from your limited individual power. You're plugged into an infinite source. I'm about to show you exactly what the abundance field is, why you've been disconnected from it, and the precise activation protocol for plugging into this quantum prosperity grid. This isn't visualization or affirmation, this is energetic connection to a real field. Let me show you how to access the power source that wealthy people use. Understanding the abundance field, the quantum prosperity grid. Let's break down exactly what the abundance field is so you understand what you're connecting to. This isn't mystical, this is quantum field theory applied to wealth consciousness. In quantum physics, fields are invisible energetic structures that contain information, frequency, and potentiality. The abundance field is a specific frequency domain within the quantum field that holds the collective consciousness, beliefs, and energy of prosperity throughout human history. Every person who has ever achieved and maintained wealth has contributed to this field. Their thoughts about abundance, their feelings of prosperity, their beliefs in possibility, all of that energy doesn't disappear when they die. It remains in the quantum field as information and frequency. Over millennia, billions of wealthy individuals have built a massive energetic infrastructure of prosperity consciousness. This is the abundance field, a self-reinforcing grid of wealth frequency that exists independent of any individual but can be accessed by anyone who matches its frequency. Think of it like the internet. The internet exists as a vast network of information and connectivity that no single person owns or controls, but anyone with the right device and connection can access all its resources. The abundance field works similarly. It's a quantum network of prosperity consciousness that exists independently, and once you have the right device, your aligned frequency, and connection, the activation protocol, you can access its infinite resources. You're not taking from anyone. You're tapping into a field that actually grows stronger the more people connect to it. The abundance field operates on specific principles. First, like attracts like. The field responds to resonance. When your personal frequency matches the field's frequency, you create resonance and connection occurs naturally. When your frequency is mismatched, the field remains inaccessible to you even though it's right there. Second, the field amplifies what you contribute. When you connect to the field and add your own abundance consciousness to it, the field amplifies and returns that energy multiplied. It's a cooperative system, not a competitive one. Third, the field provides access to non-local resources. Opportunities, connections, and money can come from directions completely unrelated to your direct actions because the field is orchestrating circumstances beyond your individual sphere. Currently, you're operating outside this field. You're in what I call the scarcity bubble, an energetic pocket where you and others like you are isolated from the abundance grid, trying to create wealth using only individual effort and limited personal resources. The scarcity bubble is created by collective scarcity consciousness, groups of people who believe in lack, limitation, and struggle. This collective belief creates an energetic environment that reinforces scarcity and keeps you disconnected from the abundance field. You're not in the field because you're broadcasting the wrong frequency, and the people around you are likely reinforcing that wrong frequency, keeping you all trapped in the scarcity bubble together. The abundance field has specific characteristics you'll recognize once connected. First, creative intelligence flows easily. Ideas, insights, and solutions come to you frequently and often feel like they're being downloaded from somewhere beyond your individual mind, because they are. The field contains collective creative intelligence that you can access. Second, synchronicity increases dramatically. Coincidences that perfectly support your goals happen regularly because the field is orchestrating circumstances in your favor. Third, opportunities appear from unexpected directions. People you've never met reach out. Resources show up without you actively seeking them. This is the field delivering through non-local channels. Fourth, decision-making becomes clearer and more confident. When connected to the field, you have access to wisdom beyond your personal experience. You're tapping into collective successful decision-making patterns. Fifth, money flows with less effort. Not because you're not taking action, but because your actions are amplified by field energy. The same effort produces exponentially better results when you're connected to the grid versus operating solo. Sixth, you feel supported rather than alone. There's a palpable sense of being backed by something larger than yourself, because you are. You're plugged into a field of abundance consciousness that supports all who access it. Understanding that this field exists and operates according to these principles changes everything. You're not alone trying to generate wealth from nothing. You're not limited to your individual capacity. There's an infinite source of abundance energy waiting for you to connect to it. The only question is, how do you activate your connection to a field you've been disconnected from your entire life? That's exactly what the activation protocol provides. Why you've been disconnected from the abundance field. Before you can activate your connection, you need to understand why you've been disconnected from the abundance field until now. This isn't punishment or cosmic unfairness, it's frequency mismatch. The field operates on a specific frequency, and you've been broadcasting a different frequency that makes you invisible and inaccessible to the grid. These disconnection factors must be understood so you can consciously shift them. Disconnection factor 1. inherited scarcity programming. You were raised by people who weren't connected to the abundance field, they were operating in the scarcity bubble. You absorbed their frequency as a child. Their beliefs about money, their stress about finances, their limitation consciousness became your operating system. This scarcity programming made you vibrationally incompatible with the abundance field from the start. You've been broadcasting on a frequency that doesn't match the field's frequency, so connection couldn't occur. It's not that you were excluded, you simply weren't on the right channel to receive the broadcast. Disconnection factor 2. Survival mode activation. When your nervous system is in chronic stress about money, constantly worried about having enough, anxious about survival, you're locked in a low-frequency state that's incompatible with the abundance field. The field operates at high frequencies of trust, ease, and flow. Survival mode operates at low frequencies of fear, contraction, and struggle. These frequencies don't resonate. As long as you're in survival mode, you cannot access the field because your receiver is tuned to the wrong band. Your stress about money is literally preventing you from accessing the solution to your money problems. Disconnection factor 3. Isolation consciousness. You believe you're alone in creating your wealth, that it's all up to you, your individual effort, your personal capacity. This belief in separation keeps you disconnected from the field. The field is a collective consciousness network. To access it, you must shift from isolation consciousness to connection consciousness, recognizing that you're part of a larger web of abundance that you can tap into. As long as you believe you're solo, you remain solo. The field responds to those who recognize and reach for connection. Disconnection factor 4. Unworthiness frequency. If you carry deep beliefs that you don't deserve abundance, that you're not good enough, or that prosperity isn't meant for people like you, you're broadcasting a frequency that repels you from the field. The abundance field is built on worthiness consciousness. It's accessible to those who believe they're worthy of prosperity. Your unworthiness creates an energetic barrier that prevents connection. It's like having the right device but setting up a firewall that blocks the signal. Your unworthiness is your firewall, blocking your access to abundance. Disconnection factor 5. Scarcity bubble immersion. You're surrounded by people, media, and environments that reinforce scarcity consciousness. Every conversation about how hard money is, every complaint about lack, every message that abundance is difficult or rare, these strengthen the scarcity bubble you're trapped in and reinforce your disconnection from the abundance field. You can't access a high-frequency field while immersed in a low-frequency environment. The constant bombardment of scarcity messages keeps you vibrationally isolated from the prosperity grid. Disconnection factor 6. Lack of awareness. Until now, you didn't know the abundance field exists. You can't connect to something you don't know is there. You've been trying to create wealth through individual effort alone because you didn't realize there's a collective field available. This lack of awareness kept you operating at limited capacity, exhausting yourself trying to generate what you could have been drawing from an infinite source. Now that you know the field exists, you can begin the process of connecting to it consciously. These 6 factors have kept you disconnected from the abundance field, forcing you to operate in the scarcity bubble with limited resources and individual effort. But all 6 factors can be shifted. You can reprogram inherited patterns, regulate your nervous system out of survival mode, shift from isolation to connection consciousness, heal unworthiness, remove yourself from scarcity immersion, and now you have awareness. These shifts are what the activation protocol creates: systematic removal of disconnection factors and installation of connection capacity. The Abundance Field Activation Protocol. Now the exact protocol for activating your connection to the abundance field. This is systematic energetic work that shifts your frequency to match the field's frequency, removes barriers to connection, and establishes a clear channel through which field energy can flow to you. Practice these steps daily for 30 days to fully activate and stabilize your connection. Step 1. Frequency elevation to field resonance, 10 minutes daily. The abundance field operates at high frequency. You must elevate your frequency to match it. Practice. Sit comfortably. Begin with coherent breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 6, hold for 2. Continue for 2 minutes to regulate your nervous system. Then focus on generating high-frequency emotions: gratitude, joy, peace, love, excitement. Choose the one that comes most naturally and amplify it. Feel it intensifying in your body. As it builds, visualize it as light radiating from your heart, expanding outward. Maintain this elevated emotional state for 8 minutes. You're raising your frequency to match the field's frequency, making resonance and connection possible. Step 2. Intention to connect. 5 minutes daily. You must consciously request connection to the field. The field responds to clear intention. Practice. From your elevated frequency state, speak out loud: I consciously connect to the abundance field. I align my frequency with the quantum prosperity grid. I open myself to receive from the collective wealth consciousness. I am worthy of this connection. I activate my access now. Speak with conviction and authority. Feel the intention moving from you outward into the quantum field. Visualize energetic lines connecting from your heart and solar plexus to a vast glowing grid above and around you. This is the abundance field. See yourself plugging in, connecting, becoming part of the network. Step 3. Worthiness installation. 5 minutes daily. The field only connects to those who believe they're worthy of abundance. Practice. Place your hands on your heart. Speak declarations of worthiness: I am worthy of abundance. I deserve prosperity. I am enough to receive unlimited wealth. The abundance field welcomes me. I belong in prosperity consciousness. Repeat these declarations while maintaining your elevated frequency. Feel them anchoring in your heart space. Imagine unworthiness dissolving and being replaced with deep knowing of your inherent value. This installs the worthiness frequency that allows field connection. Step 4. Field perception and drawing. 10 minutes daily. Once connected, you must practice perceiving and drawing from the field. Practice. Visualize the abundance field as a vast golden grid of light surrounding you, infinite in all directions. This field contains unlimited prosperity energy, creative intelligence, opportunities, and resources. See yourself connected to it through energetic cords from your heart and solar plexus. Now, with each inhale, visualize pulling golden light from the field into your body. You're drawing abundance energy from the infinite source. With each exhale, send gratitude back to the field. Inhale, draw from field. Exhale, send gratitude. Continue for 10 minutes. You're training yourself to consciously access field resources. Step 5. Integration and anchoring. 5 minutes daily. The field connection must be anchored so it persists throughout your day. Practice. Place your attention in your solar plexus. Visualize a golden anchor point there, your permanent connection point to the abundance field. See golden cords extending from this anchor point to the field grid above and around you. Speak. This connection is permanent. I remain plugged into the abundance field throughout my day. I continuously draw from this infinite source. My connection strengthens with each breath. Touch your solar plexus with your hand as you speak, creating a physical anchor to the energetic connection. Throughout your day, touch this spot and recall the connection whenever you need to draw from the field. Step 6. Daily evidence recognition. 5 minutes evening. The field delivers through synchronicity, opportunities, and unexpected support. You must recognize this to strengthen your connection. Practice. Each evening, review your day and identify evidence that the field supported you. Did an unexpected opportunity appear? Did someone offer help? Did a synchronicity occur? Did an idea come to you? Did money show up unexpectedly? Write down every piece of evidence, no matter how small. The field sent me. This recognition reinforces your belief in the connection, which strengthens the connection, which increases field support. This 6-step protocol: elevation, intention, worthiness, drawing, anchoring, and recognition, practiced daily for 30 days, activates and stabilizes your connection to the abundance field. You shift from solo operation in the scarcity bubble to networked access to the prosperity grid. The difference in your experience will be undeniable. Living connected to the abundance field, the supported life. Let's explore what life looks like when you're fully connected to the abundance field, when you've activated your access to the quantum prosperity grid and you're drawing from collective wealth consciousness instead of operating from individual limited capacity. This is what I call the supported life, and it's radically different from the isolated struggle you've been experiencing. The first transformation is the end of isolation. Before connection, you felt alone in your financial journey, like everything depended solely on your individual effort and capacity. After connection, you feel supported by something vast and intelligent. You're not alone anymore. There's a palpable sense of backing, of being part of something larger, of having access to resources beyond your personal sphere. This isn't imagination. It's the felt experience of being networked to the field. This support feeling creates confidence and ease that was impossible when you believed you were solo. The second transformation is exponential opportunity flow. Before connection, opportunities were rare and you had to actively hunt for them. After connection, opportunities appear regularly from unexpected directions. People you don't know reach out with offers. Resources show up without you seeking them. Doors open that you didn't even know existed. This is the field delivering through non-local channels, orchestrating circumstances beyond your immediate influence. You're visible to the prosperity grid now, so prosperity finds you instead of you having to chase it. The third transformation is creative intelligence download. Before connection, good ideas came occasionally and usually through struggle. After connection, insights and solutions flow to you frequently and often feel like they're being transmitted from somewhere beyond your individual mind, because they are. The field contains collective creative intelligence that you're now accessing. You'll have moments where brilliant ideas just arrive, fully formed, as if downloaded. This is field access, tapping into wisdom and creativity beyond your personal experience. The fourth transformation is effortless synchronicity. Before connection, things rarely aligned perfectly. After connection, synchronicity becomes normal. The right person appears at exactly the right time, resources show up precisely when needed, timing works out perfectly. These aren't coincidences. The field is orchestrating circumstances for everyone connected to it. You're experiencing the magic of being part of a system that arranges beneficial alignments for all participants. The more you recognize and appreciate synchronicities, the more they multiply. The fifth transformation is amplified impact. Before connection, your efforts produced linear results proportional to your input. After connection, your efforts produce exponential results because field energy amplifies them. You take the same actions but get dramatically better outcomes because you're no longer operating on individual power alone. You're drawing from the field, which multiplies your impact. This is why connected people seem to accomplish so much with apparent ease. They're not working harder, they're working connected. The sixth transformation is sustainable abundance baseline. Before connection, your financial reality fluctuated wildly, feast or famine. After connection, your baseline stabilizes at abundance because you're drawing from an infinite source rather than limited personal reserves. Even when facing challenges, you don't drop to scarcity because you're plugged into a field that provides consistent support. Your abundance becomes sustainable because it's sourced from something larger than yourself. Perhaps most importantly, you develop field consciousness, the awareness that you're part of a vast network of prosperity that you can consciously work with. You stop seeing yourself as isolated and start seeing yourself as connected. This shift in consciousness is profound because it changes how you approach everything. You make decisions knowing you have field support. You take risks knowing you're not alone. You receive abundance knowing it's coming from an infinite source. This consciousness makes you unshakable because your security isn't based on personal circumstances, it's based on field connection. Here's the truth you must internalize: abundance is a frequency field, and anyone can access it. You don't need special talent, connections, or privilege. You just need the right frequency and conscious connection. The wealthy people who seem to have everything aren't special, they're connected. They're plugged into the quantum prosperity grid that you now know how to access. Stop trying to generate wealth from individual effort alone. That's exhausting and severely limited. Start drawing from the abundance field, the infinite source that's been waiting for you to connect. Use the activation protocol daily. Elevate your frequency, set clear intention, install worthiness, practice drawing from the field, anchor the connection, and recognize field support. Within 30 days, you'll feel the difference. Opportunities will increase. Synchronicities will multiply. Creative ideas will flow. Money will come with more ease. You'll feel supported rather than alone. You're not meant to struggle in isolation. You're meant to thrive in connection. Activate your access to the abundance field. Plug into the quantum prosperity grid. Join the network of wealth consciousness. Draw from the infinite source. Welcome to the supported life. Welcome to field-connected abundance. The grid is waiting for you. Activate your connection now.